everyone. I think I'm going live. Um, I don't know how to do this. This is the first time I'm doing a live on YouTube, so we'll just see how it goes. I can already see it's slightly lagging. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to hang out with you guys for this full supermoon in Virgo report. I would normally just film it and then pull some tarot cards and try to hi. I can see Jaded Kate came online. Hi. Um, yeah, okay, so normally I would just talk to the camera and record myself, but I just thought because you guys are awesome, let's just hang out tonight, okay? So make yourself comfortable. I expect this to take about 30, 45 minutes, an hour max. Let's see how well we're feeling. Yeah. Hi, Julie. Can see Julie Brand came online. Hi. Oh, you guys are so cute. You're actually online. I was expecting this to be me speaking at the camera. Uh, okay, so as you guys are joining, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about what this full supermoon in Virgo is, and then I'll just have a much more interactive thing with you guys, okay? I have the Rider-Waite tarot card here. Oh, it's a bit moving. So I can pull some tarot cards for you. If you have any questions about soulmates, twin flames, you know, dharmics, karmics, anything basically, just throw them my way. It's a bit of a weird period we're going through at the moment. If you live in Europe, there is this lockdown with the coronavirus. And I was just thinking how fitting it is that we are having a full moon in Virgo at the moment, because Virgo is all about cleanliness and hygiene and purging, right? So it's about getting us back into healthy habits. And it's so funny because you guys were saying how much, you know, you were releasing and crying at some of the videos I made about, you know, romance and connections and future lovers. And trust me, I've been crying with you guys as well. God knows I'm a big crier as well, and I love to just let it all go and let the toxins wash away. And then you feel so much better. You feel lighter after you have a good old-fashioned sloppy cry. I was even thinking, do you know how feminists regained the words bitch, you know, and they made it into biatch, and now it's like it's a term of endearment, or almost. It used to be an insult, now it's a term of endearment. I think we can reclaim the word crybaby, and it can be a badge of honor, you know, like I'm a crybaby. I take care of my body. I release my toxins. We can even have a t-shirt. We can even have a t-shirt with crybaby crew. So proud of it, you know. Yeah, I hope this will be part of our healthy self-care, well-being practices. Mercury, so as I'm speaking, Mercury is kind of slowing its movement. It's stationing direct in a couple of hours. So yes, we're gonna be completely out of this Mercury retrograde mess as the full moon in Virgo is launching itself. I just wanted to let you guys know, so it's going to take place actually tomorrow, the 9th of March, especially if you live in Europe, and it's going to take place at 1:48 p.m. And the exact degree at which it is taking place is Virgo at 1936. So for those of you that like techie facts, you can go into your birth charts. I'm sure a lot of you already know how to you know, get into your birth charts and figure out your house placements. And then you can just figure out where Virgo is there. And if you have any planets, if you have sun, moon, ascendant, then this is going to really impact you. If you have ascendant in Virgo, for example, it's going to draw more people into your life, or it's going to make some of the relationships and life path choices you made, they're going to come up to the surface. Because it's a full moon, so it's actually giving us the rewards of our hard work from the previous 6 months, right? And if you have the moon there, it's going to be about your unconscious. If you're a woman with the moon in Virgo, normally women tend to associate more with their moon sign than with their sun sign. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this idea, but men tend to associate more with their sun sign and women tend to associate more with their moon sign. Of course, if you are, as a woman, if you're more in touch with your masculine side, then you would associate more with your sun and your Mars. And if you're a man and you're more in touch with your feminine side, then that means you're heavily into your Venus and moon placements. Take it as it applies. You know, we're all very different, and all this gender bullshit does not apply to everyone, okay? It's just the social norm. The Virgo full moon, it's all about cleansing, and it's a lot about what we do when we are in these situations when we are being limited. There is so much limiting energy, so many blocks, so much slowing down. Oh, fire signs, I know you guys are like, oh, why all these obstacles? Like, I could genuinely feel how sad Sagittarians are at the moment, that they're blocked in their travels, that, you know, the trains are not working, you have to sit in the household, you have to take care of your health, you can't go out and explore, or if you are doing this, you reach blocks everywhere. So some might be really put off by this, and others might be really, yay, let's take this on, you know. And Leos and Aries as well, they're like, I want to do this now, you know, let's do it, let's jump into it. And Capricorn energy is like, no, take your time. You know, slowly, we're building slowly. Did you check all your facts? Do you have a budget? Are you sure you're gonna do this? Can you actually do this? Check again. You know, this Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy is actually really good. So it vibes really well with water signs, for example. It gives them structure, it holds them very well. Capricorn and Scorpios match very well, for example, and Capricorn and Virgos. So this Virgo full moon is really supported by all of the mother load of planets that we have in Capricorn at the moment. The South Node, Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and Mars. So yeah, it's a big party. I like to call them the mobster crew, because they are just like, if you have Mars, you know, the god of war, in the sign of Capricorn, if you have Pluto as well, you know, it's like Al Capone and his squad, basically. They're having a party celestially. I hope this makes sense for you guys, or at least I hope it's entertaining. But I've been feeling quite good because, well, I'm a Pisces and I naturally like to isolate myself from society and to tend to my spiritual woohoo kind of things, you know. So I've been feeling quite happy during this lockdown. I'm actually thrilled I don't have to go outside. I can stay inside and burn incense and do tarot and write. So I have some good news for you guys. The novel, I'm putting the finishing touches on it, so I'm gonna release it for my birthday on the 20th of March. It's already available for pre-order. I'm gonna put the link this week. I'm gonna release my healing services as well on my blog. So not long now. I was just testing during this Mercury retrograde. I was waiting for it to finish because I don't want to launch anything during the retrograde, because then I have to go back and redo a lot of the details, right? So this Virgo full moon today is really kind of, well, today and tomorrow, this energy is really kind of busting my ass to put the finishing touches on the book and then on the services. So I'll launch them very soon after the full moon in Virgo, okay? So yeah, if you're excited about that, it's coming. But let me guys know, sorry, my laptop light just went off. Let me guys know who is on the chat right now, and what are your star signs? What are your moon signs? What are your ascendants? I'm really curious to find out. I know a couple of you told me already what your sun signs. I've figured out there are a lot of Scorpios that were drawn to my channel, a lot of Sagittarians, I think some Cancers as well, some Taurians from what I could see, but you know, it's just one of me and so many of you, so it would be great if you guys can just drop a line and let me know what sun sign you are. I don't even know if I actually need to get into the chat somewhere here. It says that all the messages are visible. No, I can see only two people at the moment, or two people are talking. 34 are online from what I could see. Yeah, guys, so feel free. Just, drop emojis. Come on, let's interact. Let's exchange energy. um, I keep thinking if there is anything more I can say about Virgo. Virgo energy is not very complicated or complex to interpret, and especially during this time when it's making a sweet trine to Capricorn, it's all about health. So the supermoon is all about taking care of our health, and if we are in situations where we are isolated from society, it's about doing all the spring cleaning. So cleaning the flat. As you guys know, this week I had some issues with a bug infestation. It actually happened on my building, so not in my house, but in my building there were some cockroaches that appeared on the hallways, and there were some moths that came in through the window because when, in March, when the weather kind of turns a little bit nicer outside, all the larvae, all the little babies hatch. So yeah, they come out to play, and they started playing in our building. So I went into full spring cleaning mode. I took out all of my essential oils, and I completely, my place is like a garden right now. I love it. So it was a really tough situation when I woke up that day, completely changed my plans because I wanted to do something completely random that day. I wanted to actually spend time working on my book and doing tarot for you guys. But then I was just like, no, I have to take care of this issue right now. And the funny thing is that, all obstacles and all difficulties are actually teaching us so much new things, so many new things. So I found out that lemon essential oil is so good against cockroaches. Obviously, we know for moths, lavender essential oil is really good. So make sure to have plenty of that around your wardrobes, for example, or your carpets. I also found out, I checked some, I thought as well that, this whole bug infestation, usually when you have bugs all of a sudden appearing and your house is clean, I also interpret it as a sign of, somebody was kind of doing some sort of black magic on me. So I went into full protection mode. And I used a lot of obsidian, tourmaline. After I cleansed my house, I put a lot of iodized sea salt, so white sea salt, around my windows and doors. And since then, no insect has trespassed. This is unbelievable, guys. So salt is law. Honestly, it's like there's a reason why it appears in some of the most important books in the world. The Bible has so many important references to salt, right? And salt water is used against dark entities for centuries. It's been actually used quite heavily in one of my favorite movies, which is Constantine. Yeah, sorry, my original language sometimes pulls through. So Constantine, Keanu Reeves in the movie uses a lot of salt water caps to splash on his heart so he can get out of hell, right? So it's absolutely wonderful. Salt water everywhere. It protects you guys. I also read on an astrologer that I really appreciate on her blog that rose water, rose oil, rose incense protects you from dark entities as well. It's absolutely wonderful. Black tourmaline as well. I've been starting wearing it, and whenever I go to grocery shops or I go outside to the post or to, take my trash out, people have been nicer to me. There haven't been so many interferences. Like sometimes I just have people come up to me and say insulting things, or I don't know. It's just weird sometimes. Interactions I have with people are just weird. I have a very strong Pluto on my ascendant, so in my first house actually, and it's very close to my ascendant, and people either hate me or love me, so it's kind of very polarized. So yeah, trust me, I know a lot about how to handle this energy, and I've been learning about how to protect myself and my energy ever since I was very, very small, because I just couldn't understand why people, were either completely obsessed with me in the best possible way, and other people were just they wanted to destroy me, not just, they didn't just dislike me, they hated me. So yeah, Maybe some of you that have Pluto on the ascendant or Pluto in the first house or Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio ascendants, maybe you guys understand this dynamic. I know it's quite a tough one to live with. Yeah, so, okay. I don't know, guys. As I said, it's my first time doing this kind of live chat thing, so maybe I should write something as well. Can I write? Oh yeah, okay, I can see some of the messages. So Priyanka said yes, as a person sign for you, Michael. Okay, you guys have started talking to each other. I'm just noticing this. Oh, awesome. Marzina, I love Constantine movie as well. Yes. I'm so happy you guys like it. Okay, so somebody asked, Priyanka asks if is full moon good in Virgo? Yeah, yes, exactly. So there aren't that many bad aspects to this full moon in Virgo. So for example, it's a bit of a tricky territory because it's opposite Neptune. So Neptune is in Pisces at the moment, and it's in its own sign, and the Sun is also in Pisces at the moment until the 19th of March this year. But it's a good sign, so to say, because we have these cleansing, practical, very feminine, very nervously charged energy that Virgo brings into this very woo, illusional, creative, kind of go with the flow vibe that Neptune conjunct the Sun in Pisces is making at the moment. So it's a period where this full moon energy can help us sober up. It can help us if we're having issues with, drug addictions or alcohol addictions. It can help us clean. It can help us get back into our hygiene habits. And it's kind of like, I think it's very good for women. I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence that this full moon in Virgo, and Virgo is the sign of the maiden, right? The celestial maiden. And it's happening for International Women's Day, right? So 8th of March is International Women's Day. And I think it's really fitting. This year it's bang on, especially because we need some sort of like feminine energy to balance all of this masculine Capricornian, some people even associate Capricorn with the devil, right? Because Capricorn is a sign that is so focused on material gain, material aspects, money, objects. So this is why it has been associated by Christianity and Judeo-Christian church traditions as the sign of the devil. Not because Capricorns are actually the devil, not at all, They're just very pragmatic people. Most of them tend to see what's in front of them, and they believe in what they can touch. They are not so highly spiritual. Most of them, actually, if they become highly spiritual, it's because they have placements in other water signs, or because life has put them into positions where they had to surrender their ego, and they learned how to be more in their self, and they learned how to trust their creativity, their inner world, their inner guidance. Yeah, so I really like Capricorn energy, to be honest. It just gets a bad rap, just like Scorpio energy as well. Let's see. So what if I have Virgo and Moon and Gemini and Sun? That's really good. You're very Mercury ruled. It's nice because you have an air Mercury and an earth Mercury. So it's you've got like a balance. Virgo is much more pragmatic and tends to be more grounded, and Gemini is a bit more out there, more social, more, let me try all sorts of things, let's communicate, let's exchange ideas. So I think that Virgo energy complements Gemini energy very well, actually, to be honest. Okay, so there's someone saying Oshleen Ragin. Oh, sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. I see my twin flame tomorrow night. Well, congratulations. If you reach that point, then that's wonderful. That means you've been doing such great work. You're close to union. And thank you, Jaded Kate, for moderating most of these comments for me. Thank you so much. Virgo Sun, Gemini Rising, and Aries Moon. Again, Iman, it's good. So you've got the grounding of the Virgo, and you've got the Gemini Rising that attracts a lot of social opportunities towards you, a lot of communication. Actually, to have a rising in an air sign, it's one of the best placements ever. So consider yourself blessed. To have an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini rising makes you physically beautiful, so physically harmonious looking and balanced. And it also attracts a lot of social opportunities towards your way, compared to, for example, if you have Saturn on the ascendant, or if you have a water or an earth ascendant. You could also be quite good looking in a kind of earthy, smoldering, or in an emotional, sexy kind of way. But you tend to be much more inward. Your energy goes inward because earth and water are yin elements, while air and fire are yang elements, right? So they are outwards, external. So they tend to attract a lot more people. I was even thinking about this, about light and dark recently. I don't know why, but I was thinking about how, how light actually tends to repel things rather than attract them. It is actually dark that attracts the most. Because I was thinking, why do people focus? You could get like beautiful compliments. You can get like 100 compliments from people, but then somebody says a remark that makes you feel bad. And then, our human minds tend to focus on, ooh, why did that person say that? What is wrong with me? And we tend to obsess over negative comments, and we tend to put aside the positive comments. And I was just thinking, why is that, And I think it's because it's a general law of energy and light and how our solar system works. Light tends to repel things, and darkness tends to attract things, So we tend to be much more attracted to dark energy, negative energy. How we have that prototype of, smoldering, dark, mysterious man or woman that we feel attracted to sexually. And I was just thinking from a very practical point of view, if you think about people that dwell in the desert, right, where there is so much sunlight, and they wear white to reject the heat of the sun. But if they wear dark colors, right, it heats them up instantly because the darkness attracts the light, right? So it's just like a very pragmatic kind of weird association I made in my mind 2 days ago as I was shopping. I was just thinking, okay, this weird thing about light and dark. Okay. There is EXO. Hi. Okay, let's see. I am Sun in Virgo, Moon in Leo, Ascendant in Aries. Should I be worried? No, guys. Okay, so don't be worried. It's Sunday night. Why be worried? You shouldn't be worried. I mean, try not to see your placements as good or bad, because if you see them as good or bad, it's not going to help. Taurus is very good with Virgo energy. It's excellent. I mean, in astrology, we would call this a trine, which means a very harmonious aspect. Yeah, okay, so for those of you that maybe are not familiar with it, signs, so the 4 signs, fire, air, earth, and water in astrology, each have 3 signs connected to them. So we have like a pyramid, right? So we have Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces for the water trine. Then we have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo for the earth trine. We have Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra for the air trine. And then we have Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries for the fire trine. Whenever you find yourself in a connection with somebody, let's say you are a Sun in Leo and your partner or the person you're talking to is a Sun in Aries, so you are in a trine, you have instant communication, instant attraction, you just get each other, you understand each other, you laugh at the same things, you make friends easily, you might feel sexually attracted to easily depending on your Venus and Mars placements. But it's just easy. So the energy flows very easily between you two. Whereby if you have what some astrologers call a square aspect, so the energy is in 19 degrees, it means that you're gonna have a lot of arguments and friction and tension because you don't get where you're coming from. So let's say a Leo that is very extroverted, right? And very like lives from the heart, very generous, wants things to be big and beautiful, and you know, wants everything to be like the attention wants to fall on them, right? Because they are important and they understand their self-worth. They're not going to understand why, for example, Capricorns are so thrifty, right? Why Capricorns are very much about, I'm just going to work and then go home and relax, and then go to work and then go home and relax. Because they don't understand the Capricornian mindset that you have to build things in time, slowly, with effort, and rewards come to you after a lot of hard work and after a lot of study. So it's an aspect of tension. That doesn't mean that you won't be attracted to each other. It just means that you're gonna have to work through a lot more. You're gonna have to communicate more intensely. You're gonna have to be more open about who you are, rather than in a trine where you would just get each other very, very quickly, very easily, without a lot of effort, right? So let's see what other things. Keep seeing 111. Perfect. You're in touch with the universe. And I kind of want a Scorpio. Virgo and Venus. Okay, Virgo and Venus is a really kind of finicky placement. I actually dated a Virgo and Venus guy. They're perfectionists, okay? Virgos are perfectionists. So Venus is the sign of money and relationships. So imagine a perfectionist in the area of love and money. So they want to have all of their finances in order. They want all their checks to balance. They want the way that they dress, because Venus also rules how we dress. The way that they dress is very clean and very proper, and they might even be a little bit like a lot of buttons, you know, buttoned up, very bright, crisp, white colors, glasses, very serious kind of attire. Quite cute as well, so they could have like, you know, a lot of blazers, a lot of sweaters, you know, comfy, cute, but functional and clean. This is how I would call a Virgo in Venus kind of persona. How would the moon affect the Virgo rising? Okay, so if you have a full moon on your rising, that's a very good question actually. You have you're gonna feel much more emotional during this period, because the moon is bringing up a lot of our subconscious fears. Okay, I'll pull some tarot cards in a second, guys. But the moon is bringing up a lot of our fears, right? So, and it's also about our emotions. So you might feel a little bit, Virgos are not really into their feelings usually. They like to be more practical. So they like to take care of business, or if something breaks, they like to figure out logically how they can improve something. So, okay, so we have a lot of Leos in here, Aries and Virgo. Yeah, Aries and Virgo is a really good pairing. Yeah, but if you have, basically, just to wrap that thought up, if you have a super full moon on your ascendant, you're gonna feel much more emotional than you usually are, and your feelings are gonna show up more clearly than they usually are. Yeah, serenity, that must be why I'm so moody. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, so yesterday night I watched actually a movie that I haven't seen for ages. It's Amélie. Do you guys know the French movie Amélie? Oh, it's so beautiful. And I have to say, like, I cried like an idiot. Honestly, like, it's been ages since I cried, but that movie is so sweet, and it's all about how little things, so little details can make ordinary people's lives more beautiful and more magic. So it's definitely about this full moon in Virgo opposite Neptune and Pisces, how we can bring magic into reality, right? And yeah, I thought it was beautiful. Kelly, Kelly loves that movie. Yeah. It's such a sweet movie. You guys should watch it. It's so, so sweet. But, you know, bring your tissues because you might cry. But it ends very well, okay? So, okay, let's see. Let's pull some tarot cards. I have to say, I pulled some tarot cards right before starting this chat, and the sun came out. The sun is the most positive card that you can get in the deck. And I was just like, okay, this is strange. So let's see. If you have Virgo in second house, also how would the moon affect Virgo in a second house? Oh, the second house is about money and your assets. So you could either, if you have your moon there, I have my moon there, so I can speak from experience. If you have your moon there, you either spend a lot or you keep all your money tight. So it all depends. If you have a new moon, maybe you might keep your money tight, and on a full moon, you might spend a lot. So watch your moods, because your moods are going to influence how you spend money. Um, I love the sun. I want a sun tattoo. Yes. Ah, perfect. I'm so drawn to the sun. You guys, what about Mars in Cancer males? Oh, hi, Ali. Thank you so much. Um, Mars in Cancer males, they are very emotional. They act on their feelings. So you have to be careful with that. Not to give Cancer a bad rap, but sometimes I've heard that, they might be in, like, they rank highly on domestic abuse and, violence provoked by intimate communications. So be careful with that. I mean, an ascendant and a highly aware Cancer person or a highly aware Mars in Cancer person is never gonna completely go bonkers on their feelings. But, there are a lot of low level Mars in Cancers out there, or Cancer suns, who might just react emotionally, and they feel something, they do it, and then afterwards they think about what they have done. So be very careful with that, I would say. But then again, I have never dated a Cancer. I'm a Pisces, but I've never dated a Cancer, and I don't have a lot of Cancer energy. Actually, interesting. Mars is debilitated in Cancer. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jarko. I'm just getting in touch with Cancer energy in this period. So I had a blocked Cancer energy in my chart. I also have a moon conjunct Saturn. So it's been quite tough for me emotionally my whole life. But I feel very guided by the moon. And actually on this channel, I'm working with lunar energy. And since I started doing this, I've been feeling so much better, more in touch with my femininity as well. So there is something there about getting in touch with Cancer energy, especially during this period when, as I said, there is so much Capricorn energy out there. So let's see what. Can you please pull a card for me, K Jade? Okay, sure. So let's see. K Jade, this is for you. Awesome! You got the Ace of Wands, K Jade. So this is a new beginning in terms of sexuality and spirituality, okay? Let me know what sun sign you are. If you are like a fire sign, that would be excellent, because this is like a new beginning in the area of your projects and your life path and your basically what you're meant to do in this lifetime, right? So this is an excellent card. And a lot of astrologers, when they do like romantic readings, they associate this card with you know what? Yeah, the penis, of course. It looks like a penis. Come on. Let's just say it. Let's just call it out, yeah? Fatwa Rezika, please pull a card for me too. I'm so sorry, you guys, if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. I'm just very... and Julie Brandt. Okay, so for Fatwa, this is your card, Three of Pentacles. Okay. So this is great. You're building, you're in builder mode, and you're especially in builder mode regarding your finances or your material assets. And this full moon in Virgo might actually help you complete and build things. Serenity, whenever you get the time, could you pull a card for me too? Yes. Okay, so. And Fabiola, hi Fabiola, hey. Okay, Serenity, the card I have for you is the Five of Swords. This is not the best of cards, but it's intellectual energy. So you have to be a bit careful about the people around you, Serenity. There might be some people that are trying to steal your ideas. So be careful whom you communicate your ideas with. I have a feeling you're quite a clever, quite ingenuous kind of person, like you have a lot of ideas. But please, okay, don't share your ideas with other people. Protect your ideas, protect your communications, and stay away from gossip, because as you can see, this guy is running away with 2 swords and these other 2 are crying. You don't want to be in that kind of situation, right? So be careful with your ideas. Okay, for Fabiola, let's see. Okay, Fabiola, you got the Hermit. Okay, this is the Virgo card, and it's a major arcana as well. So I'm not sure if you are in a period right now where you're much more focused on yourself or secluded, or you retreated from social life. Maybe you live in a country that is under this lockdown at the moment with the coronavirus. But I feel like this is excellent because you're spot on with the super full moon and Virgo energy. So, you know, focus on yourself, focus on your surroundings, and retreat a little bit from society because this is a time of introspection. Do you see how he's just, you know, going within almost, you know, head bowed to the heart, right? As we say in yoga, I do a lot of yoga, guys. So, you know, it's always an exercise of bowing your head. So your intelligence or reason or ego, bow it to your heart, bow it to yourself, to your inner world, to this warmth that we feel in our chest and that makes us beautiful and supremely human. Yeah? Okay, so let's see. Oh, Julie, yes. Okay, and Michael. Hi, Michael. You guys. Okay, yeah, so I'll pull one for Julie. Okay. Wow, Julie, you got the 6 of Wands. Victory. What a feeling. Please believe it. I just had that song playing in my mind from Flashdance, which is one of my favorite movies. A lot about movies, you guys. So again, this Neptune in Pisces is really coming through tonight. Yeah, victory. I don't know, whatever you planned. You might have actually victory in a sexual or romantic conquest, Julie Brand. So yeah, look at this. You're just walking victoriously into your city on a horse and everybody's cheering you on. So congratulations. This could be about a promotion at work or a job well done at work. Something related to your creativity and spirituality if it's not related to a romantic conquest. But yeah, you're just really vibing high at the moment. And 6 is also the number of Venus. So you could be really into your feminine power at the moment. So at the top of your, you know, sexuality. Maybe Venus is in Taurus. So let me know if you have Venus in Taurus or if you're a Sun in Taurus, because that means Venus energy is really shrouding you at the moment. Okay, Michael. Michael, I just love the fact that you have 444 attached to your name. So every time that you comment, I just see 444, which is excellent. Thank you for doing that. You got the Queen of Cups. Okay, so this is a time of deep emotional healing for you. I feel like you're really coming into your power. You're understanding your emotions. Maybe this retrograde really helped you come to terms with your emotions. You reflected on your past, because Queen of Cups is a lot about reflecting on the past, but it's about becoming an authority in that area. So it's like you're creating an environment around you at the moment that can nurture you and support you, and you can do that for other people as well. So yeah, it's really beautiful, feminine, nurturing energy. It's like you empower yourself through your vulnerabilities, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's really gorgeous. So yeah, Michael, that was for you. Let's see. Love card from Suntrine. Elena Ramirez says, next year I'm going to study abroad. Can you pull a card for me, please? It's kind of scary because of the culture shock. I'm an Aquarius sun. Oh, sweetie, if you're an Aquarius sun, you're gonna love the novelty of traveling. But maybe your Taurus moon is not feeling so well about traveling. And there we go. Okay, Elena, so it's gonna be great. It's like, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry guys, I just remembered that I have to translate these cards. I don't know how many of you speak German, but I'm not German either. I can tell you the story of these cards in a second, but let me just finish the prediction for Elena. So you're gonna really enjoy where you're going. Your world is gonna expand. You might actually meet so you might meet a Taurus a Taurus sun, a Leo sun, a Scorpio sun, or an Aquarius sun that will help you when you are there. So don't worry, this is going to be a fantastic journey of growth for you. And if you have a Gemini rising and Aquarius sun, then they're very social placements. So you're going to really enjoy the novelty. It's air loves to travel, air loves to move. So please feed your sun and feed your ascendant. It's just taking care of your Taurus moon. So make sure that when you arrive in that place, you eat good food and you sleep well, so that in the first month or two, I can tell from experience, you can go quite strongly for a culture shock. But if you sleep a lot and if you sleep well, it's going to help you accommodate better. So your unconscious is going to be able to process quicker and better the novelty that you experience in your environment. But overall, this is excellent. So you're going to really enjoy it. So just go with it, roll with it. Okay, so let's see. Priyanka Maria, she wants a card as well. And the Sun Twin, love card. So, okay, so I'll pull one for Priyanka and then one for Sun Twin. Sun Twin, by the way, I really love your thumbnail. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, so Priyanka. Oh my God, you got so many cards. I'm just gonna pick the first one that came on top, and it's a really good one. This is the Six of Pentacles. It's a card of being generous, okay, of giving to the poor, of helping other people, of feeling quite balanced and stable. Again, it's 6 energy, so it's Venus energy. It's supremely healing and feminine, and I'm just, to be honest, guys, as I'm saying these things, I'm a bit shocked how many 6s came out tonight, because I've been reflecting so much on the idea of number 6 as a feminine number that has been corrupted by, well, the powers that be, unfortunately, the Christian church, at least in the area in which I'm living, to be considered something unholy or something dark or the number of the devil. But actually 6 is the number of Venus. So it's almost as if women have been reviled and considered dirty, or if they're sexy, then they must be sluts or whores. But on the contrary, beautiful women that take care of themselves, that are very in tune with their sexuality, are very strong, right? And very powerful. So it's been a power play. So this number 6 and 66 and 6666 is not the number of the devil, my darlings. It's the number of Venus. But we've been sold a fantastic lie throughout history that this is the number of the devil and the flesh, as if there's something wrong with our flesh. We have bodies, we have minds, we have hearts, and all of these components need to function together. We can't just separate between them. It's enough is enough. We need to feel whole and to live as human beings. And no number has negative vibration. Numbers are usually beautiful conceptions. And ancient Arabs, from which we borrowed our modern numbers, they used to think that they're a symbol of the universe, and representations of stars. So it's just such a beautiful cosmology about numbers and what they mean. I'm not a numerologist. I know that there are plenty wonderful people on YouTube that do this, but yeah, I just want to say no number is bad, and you should not be afraid of the number 6. Yeah. So let's see what other things. Pull a card for me too. Iman, Virgo Sun, Sag, Mars, and Leo Venus. Not compatible sexually with all the charts I've compared to mine. Well, I think, Iman, it's maybe there is something there that you need to work at internally, because I know I've been attracting a lot of air placements, and I'm a water sign, but it's because I felt like not really in tune with my sun sign, with my power, and not really in tune with my moon sign, my fire. So I kept attracting these completely rational people all the time. But since I started working on myself and figuring out and, telling myself, I really deserve somebody that's compatible with me, that's somebody that's nurturing, that's more loving. It's slowly changing. The type of people I'm attracting is slowly changing. So I notice more water signs are more attracted to me lately. So maybe there's something there. Let's see. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Oh yeah. So it's Five of Wands. This is usually about a struggle. So maybe, and it's a struggle regarding, I think it's an inner struggle mostly in this case. It's wands are spirit and five is the number of change. So it's almost as if maybe you're resisting some change, and that's why you keep attracting incompatible people, because they're trying to push you into changing, into growing beyond what you're accustomed to. So I think if you're a Virgo sun, and if I understood that correctly, the supermoon is a time of change for you, of deep, deep inner change of who you are as an identity. So I would suggest writing down I affirmations. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of a stable, committed, or whatever kind of partner you want, and see if you can change the type of people you can attract, because we can, we're co-creators with spirit. We definitely can change our situations and our relationships and our lives. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I love you too, Yor. Casey says, may I have a card pull for me? And Christina Dahl and Ashley Jackson. Okay, so for Christina, let's take it orderly. I will love a card. Okay, Christina Dahl, let's see a card for you. And then Ashley and Casey, love. Okay, so for Christina, let's see what card. Whoa, Christina, are you a Leo sun? You got strength. This could be a period where you have to actually exercise a lot of strength. You have to, or this could be a period where you're coming into your power. I'm kind of feeling more the opposite. So I feel like it's a period of positivity somehow. I feel like the way in which you express yourself. Are you a Leo moon? I feel like the way in which you express yourself is very powerful. So you could, you can be very generous and very extravagant with how you express yourself during this period, because it's going to affect people in the best possible way. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I don't want the chat to disappear. I'm still learning how to use this, guys. It's my first time doing a live on YouTube. Ashley, can I get a card for my next in love? So yeah, okay, Christina had a really strong one, Major Arcana, Strength, and Casey. Okay, so for Ashley and Casey, love cards. I feel like this is for Casey. Two of Wands. I think you have a choice here to make in terms of love. Are you gonna go big or go home? That's what I keep hearing. Do you know what that means? I feel like you have a choice to make between two partners, and one is actually much more like more respectable or more honorable or more important or bigger than the other one. And you keep thinking, who should I choose? And I feel like you're leaning towards the guy that is more impressive or bigger. Or do you see how he's gripping this big staff? Okay, so there might be some really intense sexual times coming up for you, depending on who you choose. Choose the big guy. Okay, and Ashley, you guys don't have to follow my advice, okay? This is just for fun mostly. Please make your own decisions, okay? You know your situation better than me, but it's still fun to, to be part of this. And for Ashley, you got the High Priestess. Woo! Another major arcana. I think you're coming to terms with your light and dark side in your life. Like, or if you're not, you might want to reflect on this at the moment. So make a list with your defects and qualities and weigh them out a little bit and figure out what makes you so wonderful and what are some of the things that you could work on. Virgo is a lot about analysis. So this Virgo full moon, I think it's pushing you into deeply considering both the good sides and the bad sides of your personality. We all have them, okay? So don't be ashamed. We all have them. God knows I have them. So yeah, just do a bit more introspection, more analysis, self-analysis. This could really help. You can even watch a lot of pick a cards regarding yourself mostly, so not other people. And I think once you do this, because you asked about love, right? I think once you do this, it's gonna open you up to attract a higher quality group of partners, because I feel like this is more about self-love, So use this period right now before summer comes to just work a little bit on some of the things, value yourself more. And then as soon as summer comes, like go out and play. Hello. Azalea Acacia is saying Noemi Laranjo or Laranjo. Okay, so Azalea and Noemi. So let's see Azalea. Judgment. You're about to see a situation in love completely flipped on its head. So maybe you had an idea about, so this is for Azalea, yeah? Maybe you thought you were in a love situation and you thought, this situation is never going to change, or I'm never going to have that person, or maybe this person is never going to leave me. It's going to flip. So whatever you thought about a situation, it's going to turn completely on its head. Or something is going to be resurrected. So maybe a partner, an ex-partner, had a revelation about you during this Mercury retrograde. And now with the full moon in Virgo, they're going to come up and hit you up. Complete change in whatever you thought was the ground. Okay, and for Noemi, Noemi, I think I pronounced that correctly. So sorry. Oh, Sun Twin, did I not pull for you? I'm so sorry, I'm gonna pull it afterwards. Noemi, you got the Lovers. And I kind of feel like this is for Sun Twin as well. I don't know why. It's like your energy is merged somehow, guys. And the professor has a very, very polite way of requesting a card. I'll pull a card for you as well. Sorry, guys. So this is for both Noemi and Sun Twin. I don't know why, but you guys are going to have an influx of love coming into your life. It's like, I feel like you're in such a good vibe at the moment and you're reaching a point of union, whether it is spiritual or whether, I think for some of you, for Noemi at least, it might manifest quite sooner. I don't know why. For Sun Twin, I think like you're very spiritually attached to your twin, and it's like the good work that you've been doing, it's gonna reflect itself. Maybe that person is gonna contact you, or you're gonna contact them very soon. The Mercury retrograde, you guys. I have a feeling as soon as it's over, like tonight and tomorrow, because the energy is kind of like, you can't really box it in. It's kind of happening as we speak. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be quite interesting after the lockdown clears up and the whole coronavirus bullshit and don't touch other people is gonna go away. We also have Saturn going into Aquarius at the end of the month. So this is gonna be a lot about the groups that we hang out with and the communities that we create. Okay, for the professor, I pulled the Page of Wands. I feel like you're just growing into your desires. I feel like you're opening up much more to be more sexually adventurous. You said you're interested in a Pisces person. Well, go ahead, explore with that person. I feel like you're really on the path of just opening yourself up and even being a bit more daring and a bit more into your masculine energy. Do you see how he's looking at his staff like, whoa, what is that, So you might be engaged in this kind of sexual blossoming energy, kind of. This is what I feel. Chitra, please pick a card for me and the person in your mind. I like Lion was just like, hey. Well, happy you did. Okay, so for Chitra and Ariana. Okay, so this is so much fun, you guys. Let me just have a sip of my beer. I don't usually drink, but tonight I just felt like, I'm hanging out with you guys. There's positive energy, so I might as well do that. That's a really important thing. So another thing I learned about protecting myself is don't drink alcohol in situations where it's a lot of darkness or negativity. So like if you drink it in a pub or in a club where you are surrounded by people you don't really like or appreciate, be very careful because you attract negative entities. But if you drink it when you're surrounded by people that are high vibing, at a party, at a christening, at a wedding, where there's positivity, when you're out with your best and closest buddies or mates, or maybe when you're preparing to make love to the person, you're attached to, excellent time to drink alcohol because it just puts you in the mood. So it gets you into that high vibing Neptune, let's co-create kind of mood rather than depletes you of energy. Okay, so be very careful with drinking alcohol and protecting your energy. For Chitra, I got the Queen of Wands. Wow, this is excellent. You're like full blown into your power. Let me know if you're a Sun in Aries, Sun in Leo, or Sun in Sagittarius, or if your moon is placed anywhere there. As I said, guys, if we're women, you know, if you're really in touch with your feminine energy, as a woman, you're much more represented by your moon sign. So you could identify a bit more with your moon sign than with your sun sign. You know, I have a lot of friends who are sun in Tauruses, but moons in Sagittarius, and they tell me that they don't feel like Tauruses, they feel like Sagittarians. So maybe this is a message for you to check your moon placement and figure out, you know, get in touch with your feminine energy. This is excellent time for you to come into your full female power. Queen of Wands is the baddest of them all. She's sexy, she's boss energy, super powerful, super creative, super confident. Okay, I think it was Ashley, right? Who I had to pull a card for. Ashley? You guys, I'm so shocked how many of you are there. I literally thought only 2 people might be here, and I would be happy with 2 people as well. Don't worry, you know. Ariana, okay. Debbie. Okay, I'll put one for Ashley and then for Debbie. Oh, Ashley got the 7 of Cups. Be careful about illusions, okay? If during this Mercury retrograde, and I feel this is really important for you, Ashley, if during this Mercury retrograde some ex hit you up or came back into your life, they are not who they are saying that they are. So be very careful, okay? Double check, fact check this person, get them to show you the receipts if they say that they have changed, that they are better, that they are not hooking up with randos. Check, double check, triple check, you know, ask them to show you messages in their phone and things like that. No, you're not insane. You are just protecting yourself from illusions. Okay, do you see how this guy is like completely bamboozled by all these cups and the monsters that come out of the cups? On the other hand, you could have a lot of options. So make sure that this person that if you're allowing somebody into your life, again, check that they're legit. And if you don't have a situation like this, you have a lot of options. A lot of people are interested in you, but they might project their own issues on you. So be careful as well with that. Debbie, for Debbie. And Rishav Satsangi. Okay, Rishav, I'll put one for you too. Guys, it's okay, don't worry. I'll open up personal services as well very soon. So if you want a personal reading with me, it's going to be available soon. So with Debbie, I got the Death card. Okay, so Scorpio card, transformation, ba-ba-da-ba, major arcana. Something major is going to change in your life. And it's going to happen quite unexpectedly. Don't worry though. I feel like this is a change that it was needed. I think it might be more about romantically. There might be, you know, you might have a fated meeting with someone. Somebody might set you up on a blind date. You might meet somebody at a party. So if you can, get ready to mingle and go out there. It's spring, guys. Okay, so I know it's not the best start of the spring with all this limits and blocks and little, you know, general bad energy and bad weather and bad health going around, but yeah, get ready because there is a change coming for you, Debbie. Don't worry, okay? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be for the better. Change is necessary. It sometimes helps us move the energy because I feel like there's been a lot of stagnant energy in your life in at least one area that needs change. And I think it was Rashiv. Rashiv, am I pronouncing that correctly? He's very impatient. Okay. Okay, Rashiv, you're in the Chariot energy. Fascinating. So you might be feeling very impatient, very ready to blast off in this period. Try to channel this energy in something constructive. So maybe work on a project or revive a project or Maybe put your energy in a romantic partner if you have that. You're very masculine at the moment, so you're really into your, masculine energy. And I feel like you want to just charge forward with a plan or with an idea or within a relationship. Be careful that you don't come across as too impatient and too eager and too needy. If you can just rein that in a little bit and focus it upon yourself to just fully feel your full masculine self if you are masculine, or just get into that doer kind of masculine energy if you are a female, then just go for it. This is the time. I feel that when the sun is going to hit Aries, you're going to have a really good period, and you're going to have like a lot of opportunities and a lot of things, good things happening for you. So that's going to be 20th of March this year, from the 20th of March, from the spring equinox. Yeah, from the spring equinox onwards. Sachi 444. Pisces Sun, Libra Moon, Sag Rising. Oh my God, Sachi 444. We're like mirrors of each other. Because, I'm a Sun in Pisces, Libra Ascendant, and Saggy Moon. So it's like, woo. Okay, Sachi, so let's see for you what cards. See, guys, it's like Soul Fam. Soul Fam, right? We keep talking about dharmics, karmics, soulmates, twin flames. And here we are, all of us, in this group, in this chat right now. Okay, so let's see. Oh, okay, so I pulled the Eight of Swords for you. Maybe you've been worried about something. There's been a situation that you've been like losing a little bit, like not necessarily sleep, but you felt like you can't see it very clearly. And I have the feeling that in spite of the fact that, she's kind of blindfolded to all of the potential options that are behind her, so mental options, ideas that you might have been neglecting. Wait, let me just rephrase it. So it's almost as if you've been very focused on one thing because you've been very focused on solving an issue. But all that energy that you put into solving just that one problem kept you blinded from the fact that you could see the situation from many different perspectives. So for everything that happens in our lives, there isn't just one way in which we can perceive. There are many, many different ways. So if you have like Saggy energy in your chart, and you mentioned that you do Sachi, make use of that. See the higher perspective, detach yourself a little bit from the situation. And this is going to be a moment when it's basically you're going to untie yourself and you're going to see things clearly after a period of being far too focused just on one thing. Yeah, so it's a lot about mental things, mental situations with you. Yelena, a card about a guy who just showed up and is making her rethink. Be careful, guys, with exes showing up, okay? And as I said this card came out, but I feel, you had two cards, Yelena, and I feel like I should take the second one as well. I feel like wait until after the Mercury retrograde is over, which is tomorrow, basically. When exes show up during our Mercury retrograde, it's usually not that amazing. When they show up, we should try not to act on the situation, but think whether we want this or not. And after Mercury retrograde finishes, after Mercury is direct, and we all tend to think a bit more clearly, our emotions calm down, our logic kicks in fully, we can then reassess and think, okay, maybe I might want to give you a second chance. So, Yelena, this ex that came back, wait, okay, go into a period of rest for the time being. And starting from the end of this week, think whether you would like a committed situation with this person. There's a reason why exes are exes. There was something that pissed us off. There was something that they did. Maybe we didn't fit with each other. So be careful, okay? Wait until your logic fully kicks in, and all of our logic, it's not just you, it's all of us because of the current transits. And when that kicks in, go for it fully, okay? If you feel like it, if you feel confidently, because Hierophant is a sign of, marriage, solidity, stability. But wait a little bit and see how this man reacts. How does this man react if you just take your time? You should never trust people that rush you into things. take your time with people, because if you take your time, then you know their true character and their true intentions tend to come out. And if it's a person with good intentions, if they had good intentions from the beginning, you will just spend a period of just waiting a little bit. You lose nothing. But if it's a player or somebody that just wants something from you, the lack of action is gonna really make them show their true colors. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna pull a card for Natalie, and then I'll have to stop, guys, because we're already at 1 hour and I'm getting a bit tired. But I just have to say that, you know, you guys make me so so happy. Honestly, I just loved hanging out with you guys. So for Natalie, she asked about career. Yes. Okay, I love to see boss women coming out. So, and also, did you guys notice how we have a lot of queens coming out tonight? Right? So we had, I think we had the Chariot and the Hierophant as well, but most of the cards I pulled are 6 energy or Queen energy. So as I'm saying, Virgo energy, the divine feminine, right? The divine virgin is with us right now, and it's really helping us. And I think all of you guys who are like Virgo suns, Virgo ascendants, Virgo moons right now in the chat, you're just amplifying this energy. So thank you so, so much for being here. Okay, Gabs, I love you too, Gabs. Natalie, for you, you should really speak your truth during this period. No obstacle is going to stand in your way if you speak your truth. Speak it kindly, speak it from the heart, but make sure that you express assertively what you want from your partners, from work. I have a feeling if you're going to be very assertive at work, you might earn a promotion. So just make sure that, you know, when you walk into a room and you want to talk to somebody, you just go like, okay, so this is what I want, and this is what I think I'm good at, and this is what I want from you. Obviously, don't be mean or crude with people. I'm not enticing you to do that, but be very logical about how you approach things, and be very fair. And if you speak up with fairness and, you know, very strong logic, and I'm sure you're an intelligent person, so if you use that inborn intelligence, I think you're gonna come across as very like full of authority. And at work, you might have success if you're struggling with this at work. Okay. Any YouTubers recommendation? Okay, so sorry, that was for Jaded Kate. Okay, and I'll pull one for Jin Rali Binru because it seems like they really want an advice, and then gonna have to wrap it up. So Jin Rali, so sorry. I wish I could speak all the languages in the world, but unfortunately I can only speak 5. It's a lot anyway. Ooh, okay, Jin Rali, don't pursue it. Don't. If you want a clear answer, you got the devil. Don't pursue it. Whatever you're thinking of pursuing, don't. It's not steering you in the direction of your heart. It's steering you in the direction of your ego. And you don't want to go there because it's going to bind you karmically, and it's going to be a mother load of difficulties, okay? So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, but that's just, I mean, follow your heart. If you feel like you still need to pursue it, I'm just saying that it comes with a lot of karmic baggage. Okay, guys. Ooh, this has been excellent. The current energy is in my 11th house, and the 11th house is traditionally the house of technology, of groups, of hanging out with people, of teaching, of learning. I really feel like I fulfilled this energy tonight with you. You have been more than adorable and sweet. This has been my first live, and it has been an amazing experience for me. Hands down. You guys rock. Thank you so much for being part of my crew. And yeah, I just want to say, you guys, after I was waiting for Mercury retrograde to finish, and as I said, by the end of the week, I'm going to release my healing services on my blog. I'll make a clip to announce that. My Twin Flame Romance is coming out. 20th of March is the official release date, but you can already pre-order it on Amazon if you want. It's, I think it's $15, but then you can adapt it to the currency in your country. Um, yeah, I'm gonna make an announcement for that as well. What other things do I need to say? I love you guys. Oh yeah, I wanted to say about the series. Yeah, so I'm gonna start a new tarot series. It's gonna be called Your Love Story, and I'm going to be looking at different aspects about your relationships. So how others perceive you, what are blocks in your relationship, um, fantasies and desires, what might be potential life paths that you guys are gonna go on. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm already feeling like all this energy revving up inside of me. It can apply to a love story that you're currently engaged in. So whether you're in a soulmate or twin flame connection, but also if you're like me, single and awaiting divine providence, it could be for your future potential partner. Okay, so yeah. I'm so looking forward to sharing these gifts with you guys. I'm so happy to see how you're helping each other out and interacting. I hope the messages helped, the quick tarot cards that I was able to pull. Yeah, I wish you love, luck, blessings. Keep healthy. Get into that spring cleaning mode, both spiritually, physically. Clean your house, clean yourself. Let's welcome new energy. 2020 is the year of the shift, the big change. So the more you cleanse yourself this year, the better it's going to be. The more opportunities you're going to attract, the more things are going to come your way, okay? And when I say cleansing, it's not just washing yourself with shower gel. It's about spiritual cleansing. It's about what we put in our bodies, how we speak with others, who we let into our lives, our relationships with our addictions, because we're all more or less addicted to something. Caffeine is my number one addiction, I think, and then sleep my second, which it's kind of contradictory, to be honest. Sleep and caffeine, awake and asleep. Anyway, yeah, just basically the more we can be aware of these things, the less they can control us. So the more conscious we can live. Okay guys, I love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me too. Yeah, sending you love, light, and gratitude. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I just need to figure out how to close this.